What's up, Mr. Crash Out and Burn? What's up, Mrs. I'm ready to burn this bridge because I don't care. And what's up, Mr. and Mrs. You're going to hear what I have to say, and I don't care how you feel about it. All my direct communicators, it's great to see you today. My name is Austin Martin. If you don't yet know whether you're a direct or indirect communicator, be sure to take your free quiz, personalized by me, from me, sent to your email at this email right here, and get your free personalized recommendation of what videos you agree upon. I want to say a precursor before I get into the information that everybody is on some spectrum of direct and indirectness in their communication. You're just probably here because you lean on the direct side. So I would also recommend that when you get a chance, you would go check out the other videos I have on my channel on the indirect side, because they may also be valuable to you on your communicational journey. So thank you, and let's get straight into the information. So to get and truly understand what a direct communicator is, I gotta first tell you and define it so we can all be on the same page. A direct communicator is somebody who, in times of high stress or normal communication, will oftentimes default to a mode or vehicle of communication in which they get a quick response directly to the person. Meaning, when it's a time when you could say something, you'll choose to say something, versus where indirect people may not. Let's say somebody was walking by around, there was a rumor that they were spreading about you, and they saw you and smiled, right? An indirect person may say, it's not worth the conversation, not worth the energy, I'll just smile and keep it moving. But nigga, no. I'm about to say something because you done played me. And that's where the directness comes in. Now, it's not always bad, and there are actually pros and cons of it. And let's get straight into the pros. Some of the pros are that it's quicker. It's quicker not only in the message speed, meaning that when I say something, I'm going to get a response faster, but it's also quicker in the sense that when there's an issue or there's an emotion that I feel, I'm oftentimes quicker to express it. Meaning, if you say something that makes me mad, whereas someone who's indirect may have to take it back and process and say, yeah, I really should get mad. I don't need to process. I know what I just felt, and I'm going to address it right then and there. It leads us into some cons. And here are some of the cons of that style as well, because it's a double-edged sword. It's a little aggressive. So sometimes you can come off as the aggressor. People can think that you're being a little direct. And even though you can intend well and have a good message, because of the aggressive nature of it, it'll come off as an aggressive or rude tone. And lastly, it's unaccommodating. Meaning, if someone takes more time to process, if someone takes more time to go through their emotions and formulate their thoughts, oftentimes as a direct communicator, you can steamroll or not really give someone a chance to express how they feel. And unintentionally, you can shut someone down from getting crucial information over to you. And that's especially applicable in the business and professional world. There are some customers, some executives, some leaders who are more indirect. But you need to know who people are in order to figure out how you can best serve their interests and best be valuable to them to position yourself to get the things you want out of a position or a profession. But what are some more of these common issues we're going to see and I'm going to address in my future videos? Well, one of them is going to be framing/context. Now, framing is just a fancy word for context. And oftentimes you can say, well, they knew I meant well, or do you know where I'm coming from? And even though someone can say yes, oftentimes they mean no. And so I'm going to help us be clear on that so that people can better understand where we're coming from. So when we use our direct statements, they're more put in a correct context and framed in the right light. Disconnecting. In a conversation, there's 3 steps. There's the initial conversation, disconnecting, which is your internal thought process, and reconnecting, which is then your external response. Oftentimes, as direct communicators, we struggle with disconnecting, meaning when we hear a conversation, we immediately want a response. But without that disconnection to think about how you feel and think about the consequence of your response and your actions, oftentimes that leads us to do things that we regret. Lastly is going to be quick assumptions. It's very easy as a direct communicator to hear something and rather than giving someone a chance to explain themselves, making an assumption or responding based on what you assumed about what they just said. Taking that time, again, disconnecting is going to be very important, and we'll talk about that more in the videos to come. Now, from here, you have one of 2 choices. If the videos are up, you can A, go straight to some real communicational skills training and start learning some real applicable skills you can utilize today. But if the videos aren't up, instead what you can do is spend some time thinking, are you really a direct communicator? Reflect on it. Ask yourself, how does your directness appear in your personal life? And how can you utilize that directness to get and achieve some goals that you want? Write down 3 goals, and if you want, email them to me and I'll surely be happy to reply. But through having goals, you'll get exponentially further through communicational training than if not. Because when we're working through our actual training process, what we focus on to keep us highlighted on the goal is not the goal of the skill itself, but what the skill will get us, because that's closer to our heart space. And when it's close to our heart, it stays close to our mind. So again, thank you guys for being here. If you're still not sure whether you're a direct or indirect communicator, you can still reach out at this email right here, where I'll send you a free quiz and give you some free personalized recommendations for videos to watch to develop your own personal speaking skills along your journey. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all. Peace out, be safe, and keep communicating.